Hello everybody, this is Onewill here, and I'm going to be doing a 1v1 Zerg versus Zerg on a Lost Temple, with between Kape as the pink Zerg in the top right hand or top left hand center, top left hand side, and TheLittleOne spawning in the opposite direction. So this will not be a rush game, as there is quite a distance between both players. And right now, both players are going to be scouting with their overlords across this short ravine, as the distance between those 2 points are extremely short, and they're just going to know if they're going to be right next to each other. When Husky said to find a really well-known player, I instantly in my mind I thought TheLittleOne. TheLittleOne, he's the man. Everybody loves him. He's just TheLittleOne, and I think he is going to be doing an extractor trick here. So, or maybe yes, he is going to be doing an extractor trick just to get that earlier drone. So he is currently on 12 supply for drones, while his opponent Kape is on well, he got an overlord, so he's on 13 drones. So we are not going to see an early rush, and TheLittleOne's just going to get his overlord, or second overlord, out, as Kape already has his, and a load of drones actually spawning out from those eggs. Kape is on 14 supply, as TheLittleOne is on 12, so Kape does have a certain economic advantage, but I do think TheLittleOne is, yes, he has fast expanded down the bottom just to get at, well, even more economy, I guess. And Kape is going to be throwing down an extractor, which for Zerg is not really necessary early game, or is it? I really don't know. So yeah, we're going to see that drone. Well, is TheLittleOne going to spot that drone moving into that place to scout? I think. Did he? Probably he did. Anyway, so TheLittleOne is going to be continuously scouting with his overlord and his drone just to scout out all the positions and where his opponent's going to be. That spawning pool for TheLittleOne is going to be coming out, as is gas, and Kape's spawning pool has just finished. And yeah, so both players at this point, I really cannot say much, as they are both very equal in drone amounts, and basically they're going for the same tech building, except for TheLittleOne's hatchery, which can prove to be a very, well, you could say, economic bonus, I guess, for later game. Yeah, I'm just spewing out words here. And I have been sick over the past few days, so you could, like, still hear the phlegm in my voice. You can hear the delicious phlegm. Nah, just screw with you. And, yep, so TheLittleOne's hatchery has finished, and he is going to be making, zerglings to hold up this point. And Kape is going to be able to scout that early hatchery, and is going to be sending over 6 lings to see if he can do any damage in the early game. But I don't think they're going to be able to do much, as TheLittleOne does have 6 lings himself, and yeah, he's got 8 now, actually. Actually, no, 10. So, yes, it is 10. TheLittleOne's actually, no, he's not. Kape could have pushed through and up the ramp, but I guess he didn't decide to. So, TheLittleOne is getting a roach warren here, and I think, yes, Kape has got a queen out, and he is also getting a Baling's nest. So we could be seeing some Baling action against Mass Zergling, as Mass Zergling is very vulnerable to Balings, as they just explode, and Zerglings have literally no health. We're going to see a massive battle here between TheLittleOne's Zerglings and Kapes, but I do think TheLittleOne does have more. So what Kape, I reckon, should have done was pulled back. I mean, he has lost a lot of... Actually, TheLittleOne's lost more, which is kind of strange. I guess I missed something. But look at that. Kape is actually using the creep to his Zergling bonus, and those drones are going to pick off those Zerglings. I don't think one drone died, as that one is on literally no health there. And TheLittleOne is pumping out roaches right now, so they could be extremely good against those Zerglings. Except for that one over there, he's getting raped. And yes, so we might just see Kape has actually got map control right now, as he's not letting TheLittleOne move out with his forces, but that annoying overlord is still over TheLittleOne's base, as he really should be getting a queen out to deal with that. And yeah, Kape is just going to be spewing out larvae onto his hatchery just to get those Zergling out as fast as he can. And we might see him alternating to Baling soon with his gas. Yes, he is going to be alternating to Balings. And I don't think TheLittleOne is going to know about this, as he has not scouted that Baling nest. So we're going to see those Balings just try and do some damage. And I think TheLittleOne has spotted them and is retreating back. with his forces, as Balings do a colossus amount of damage. There, see that? He just ate up all TLO's, well, you could say Zerglings, and those roaches are going to go down, or most of them are. And Zerglings are getting chopped down by the roaches, and I think, yes, Kape's speed upgrade for the Zerglings have also been done, and that's just going to make them that much more effective against harassment, or for harassment. And I don't think TLO's actually got anything to defend against this mass Zergling that Kape actually has here. So we could see a relatively short game, but you can actually see the timer, so I don't think so. And yep, so TLO is forced to pull his drones off and get those roaches in as fast as he can, but those Zerglings are just running around in circles. And as you can see, both players' APM is average, with TLO's a bit higher, and so yeah, but Kape, what TLO really needs to do right now is to get a queen out to defend against those Zerglings, as queens do have better range than the roaches. And we're going to see continuous harassment here by Kape with his Zerglings and such, so yeah, we might actually, yeah, but TLO is actually going to hold off that thing with his 3 roaches. But Kape is just going to continuously push with those Zerglings into TLO's supply lines and such. That hatchery is on extremely low health, and right now what Kape hasn't done is expanded, which might show... Oh, he's actually making more Balings. So, yeah, TLO is in a very tough position right now, as his forces are dwindling, and he's only got 4 roaches to 15 Zerglings, and, well, I was going to say Balings, but they just exploded in my face right now. Yeah, look at those Zerglings getting roasted. Or not roasted, acided. Originality right there, folks. So yeah, right now all I can say is TLO does certainly have a lot of roaches against Zerglings, but I think that expansion is going to go down as those Zerglings are just munching away. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And Broodlings coming out of that, just like, you broke my house, I'm going to come and kick your ass. But right now, TLO doesn't really have anything going for him, as his minerals are extremely low, as he was forced to make those Zerglings, not Zerglings, roaches. Kape is continuously, whatever, he's making a bunch of Zerglings, that's all I know. And he has expanded to his natural, and we might actually see some more Balings from Kape, as they do a colossus amount of damage to light units and to roaches as well, I guess. Kape is actually switching to his roach warren as well, but I do think TLO is actually got enough to hold off whatever Zerglings he can with that thingy. Yeah, I kind of lost the word roaches, that's the one. But 23 roaches to 8... 23 roaches, 23 lings to 8 roaches, and 10 Zerglings. Balings! TLO is actually switching to Balings himself, so we may see some Baling on Baling action, which was quite a mouthful. Anyway, that creep is subsiding, and I think TLO will re-expand there, but yeah, so I think there's been an overlord over TLO's base for the whole amount of the game, and yeah, you just move out. And I'm just gonna switch. We might actually see a large battle here, but Kape is gonna see it coming, and he's gonna move his units back, as he cannot take on a mass roach army. But with those, oh look at that, 1 Baling to 1 Zergling. You do not want that to happen, as Balings are expensive for the gas, and Kape actually has his own roach army right now. So yeah, those Balings are probably going to try and do as much damage as they can to the Zerglings, and maybe the roaches. Look at that, his whole army just got fried there by those Balings. I keep saying fried. Anyway, yeah, so TLO is definitely in a strong position now, as he has pushed back. With that early expansion, gave him those minerals he actually really needed, roasting up all those drones that are at the expansion, and he's going to be pushing up to this base. But Kape is going to try and hold out with a bunch of speedlings. So, but I do not think he will be able to, as TLO has just got too many roaches, and we may be able to see the end of the game quite soon, as Kape really doesn't have anything going for him right now. Those Balings were a colossus amount of help for TLO, as he just took out the whole Zergling army with 2 Balings. I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. And he's just going to be moving up this ridge with those roaches, and hopefully he almost intercepted those Zerglings. But I do think TLO is just going to clean this up right now, right here, as those Bailings are still popping everywhere, dropping their thingy bubbers, whatever you call them. And yeah, I just love it when the queen dies, as it just turns into like a big ball of acid. Yeah, well, you could say that. And I do think Kape doesn't have anything going for him. I mean, he cannot hold against TLO's amount of roaches, and they do. So it was a fairly short game in the sense of Zerg v Zerg on Lost Templars. Normally we see them take up to Hydralisks and such, but I don't think TLO had a queen the whole. No, there's one. I was just about to say I don't think he has had a queen the whole day. Look at those two overlords chilling together, and Cape does GG just then as he knows he cannot take on the army, as basically he has lost his main and his expansion. I am still talking even though the game has finished. That was the best I could do with flame in my nose, so I just hope I'll be able to finish off and do a better one next time. So I'll be seeing you guys next time, as I like making StarCraft videos, and like Husky said before, I hope the StarCraft community actually does grow in commentators, as commentators are extremely fun to listen to, and I know a lot of players don't actually, well, for one, I actually like being commentating more than actually playing the game, as I get my ass kicked in the game. So anyway, yeah, I am going to actually leave right now, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.